So today I'm going to share something with you that I have never shared publicly, and very few people know this, yet I think it really needs to be shared so more people feel open to share their experience. So today I'm going to talk about my first spiritual experience and how it actually led me to making massive and great changes in my life, which really is the reason why I'm here and doing what I'm doing today. So if you want to hear my story, make sure you keep watching. Hey y'all, I'm Ginger Reddy and I am your HSP bestie and coach, and welcome to the Thriving Sensitive. This is a channel where we learn to embrace our sensitivities as a gift because they are. And we have a real talk about how it feels to be an HSP because it's a unique experience. And we also talk about some woo-woo wisdom here. And today, that is where we are starting. We're going to get a little woo-woo today. I'm going to talk about my first spiritual experience. So being an HSP and empath, I've always been this way. I had things happen as a kid, things that were strange experiences, and most HSPs and empaths can really relate to this kind of stuff because, again, I talk about this all the time. We're so connected to the universe and we vibrate a higher frequency. We're just more open. We have those psychic and intuitive gifts. And if it's something that you have struggled with your entire life, it can be very confusing and it can feel a little exhausting, especially if you don't know how to embrace your sensitivities and embrace who you are with those intuitive gifts and the psychic abilities and opening it up. I'm just going off the cuff here because I just wanted this to be real and you can listen to my experience and maybe it makes you feel more comfortable to share your experience and get a little more open with this kind of stuff because we hold all of this in and we feel so different. So let me get into this because I don't want this video to be super long. This is my first massive, major spiritual experience that completely changed the trajectory of my life. I get the question all the time, how did you know to leave your narcissistic relationship? And I'm talking about the past one. I had 13 years in total that I spent in narcissistic relationships. We had a fight and he was very hateful and very angry and very mean and saying a lot of hateful things where a lot of people don't understand why would you stay in that kind of situation. Well, go back and check out my video about HSPs and narcissists. I felt like I could fix him and I was addicted to the highs and to the lows and didn't understand that a medium existed. Okay, so go back and watch that video. I'll put the link in the comments below as well. So going back to the story, I had quite literally, we just had a regular fight, which I call regular, but it was a knockout, drag out fight. And I felt like something was starting to shift within me. But this is not the spiritual thing that happened. So I started to feel shifts and knew I wanted to leave, but I didn't know how. And I felt really lost. And I never had the strength to really do it. So we had a fight. I'm working from home at the time. And I remember I was on my computer and something came on the TV. It was like a Dr. Oz show. And he had I have no idea. I wish I could think and figure out who this person was that was on the show. It was some psychic medium. And he was talking about speaking to your guides, your angels. I knew nothing about this stuff, guys. So it just proves to you, you don't have to have all this like knowledge, okay? Because I knew nothing about guides and spirituality, nothing. And he was saying that you could ask him for help and guidance and they could guide you and they're always there with you. And I was like, whatever, what is this guy talking about? But I was also really intrigued by it. So when in my narcissistic relationship, he would pretend like I didn't exist sometimes for weeks at a time. Well, this one, he didn't pretend I existed. He got meaner. And I remember standing in the kitchen and he's screaming at me. And I was at the kitchen table and all I could think about was talk to your guides. Ask them what you should do. Just ask them what you should do. And I asked in that moment while he's screaming at me, what do I do? What do I do? Help me. For God's sake, help me. I don't know how to get out of this. Just help me. I get emotional because I can feel myself being back in that moment. Every word that was coming, how much he hated me and he hoped I would die and all these things, these words were coming at me. And I can still feel it to this day. And I can still feel this moment in such pure clarity. I've heard it's like the heavens opened up and every angel and every person that has ever passed in my life and every guardian angel and every archangel, I don't know, everything that was in the universe that could speak to me yelled, "Get out." I mean, I looked at him thinking that maybe he heard it because it was so loud. It was, "Get out." And it was just screaming, "You can do this, get out." And it was, I heard nothing whenever he was talking, nothing anymore. All I could hear was them screaming at me to get out. It was the most surreal, scary, unbelievable experience I've ever had. It was almost like they gave me a shield and everything he said or what he threw at me, like with words, it's just, they repelled off of me. I mean, it was like, it couldn't even penetrate my heart. It was unbelievable. That is an experience I never had with him because I took everything to heart. It's like they gave me a shield and covered me and protected me and just kept screaming, "Get out, get out, get out, get out." Guys, I've never had another experience like that. Hopefully I don't need another experience like that. But it proves to you, it shows you. And some people can say, "Oh, that's crazy." And like, "Oh, you're insane." You know what? Maybe. But I don't care because guess what it gave me? It gave me the strength to get out. I didn't look back. That day, I did not look back. I quite literally found an apartment the next day. My parents helped get the movers because I was running a conference the very 2 days after that for 400 people and had to go run a conference. And I'm not kidding you guys. My parents helped organize the move. I got back. He refused to speak with me. And the next day I had movers come in and move stuff. And I moved into my apartment with an undisclosed address. And so he couldn't find me. And I never looked back. My life changed forever. Just because of asking my guides, my spirit team, because of this one man that was on Dr. Oz that said, "Ask them and they will provide an answer." I was protected in the moment and I was guided in the moment. You don't have to be super spiritual and all woo-woo and all these things to have experiences like that. And if you're an HSP and empath, I know you're having experiences like that. And I encourage every person that I work with to start this relationship with your guides because they're there. They're always there. They're right next to us at all times when we need them, to just start asking. You just start asking. Start a relationship. It changed my life. I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing today if I hadn't left. If I stayed probably a little bit longer, I had put a gun in my mouth quite literally a few weeks prior to that. I thought if I died, this man would actually love me. What? This is scary to share. But if you have ever been in a narcissistic relationship, you know this is how deep and dark you can go. But I was at the end of what I felt like my life. And instead, I was given light and I was given a way out and I was given a way to survive and thrive and live. And now I'm doing what I'm doing because of all the lessons I have learned and all the things I went through, I wouldn't be doing. So I'm not unhappy. And I think about my past and all the stuff I went through. It makes me emotional because it was sad, but I wouldn't be here to this day if it wasn't because of how my strength and resilience that I taught myself. So the video is really just to share with you a little bit about who I am, why I'm here doing what I'm doing today, and why I'm helping HSPs, because I know that there is a way to live embracing our sensitivities, and there is a way to thrive in this world. And being with narcissists is not the way at all. And again, I'm sharing this. I have never shared this publicly. So I hope me sharing my story helps you and maybe gives you strength. So I will drop the video that I talked about. Do HSPs actually attract narcissists? I will drop that video in the comments. I'm all emotional. I can't even talk. And share your experiences with me. What was your big spiritual aha moment, awakening? What was, I mean, if you're an HSP and an empath, you've probably been experiencing these things all your life. And it is okay. Again, so many things that people come to me and they say, this happened, this happened. It feels so good to be validated. Like, yeah, that's because you are vibrating at a different frequency and you are open to the universe. That's why you're so in tune with other people and you're so in tune with your surroundings. And it is a gift. You just have to learn how to embrace it. I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. I'm sending you all so much light, love, and beautiful energy. Thank you for being here. And thank you for listening to my story. Have a great day.